And we are live. Welcome back to the Stop Snitchin podcast.
With a not so special guest anymore. It's just like you're a regular.
No longer. Matcha is absolutely a part of the podcast.
For sure.
Just getting up on it. Once again, Nathan back in the building.
Sure.
B-Rock.
B-Rock.
The back, man. The myth. I really like how your little name over yourself now is going to say B-Rock.
B-Rock, man.
We got to get that trademarked or something.
Hey, man. You know.
I think so. This is the funniest thing to me.
Yeah.
Like, I think people don't understand, like, Brandon is not like an animal, man.
Yeah.
So the fact that you have created a friendship with these cats, it's really just Matcha.
Yeah.
You're never gonna stop Matcha. She must be a part of whatever is going on. But at least she doesn't cry.
Yeah.
Pika's the one who cries.
Nah, Matcha be chilling.
You gonna break it down for us, bro?
Yes, sir. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Stop snitching. Chink.
Yeah, had to make that thing louder. Another one, man.
Another one. We're also representing. Normally we're drinking a lot of different kind of bourbon because normally I just have different kinds of bourbon. So if you're interested in what we're drinking now, this is the Evan Williams single batch. Small batch Kentucky bourbon whiskey. This is a great bottle of bourbon and it's $20.
Yep.
So,
but if anybody out there has your own liquor, or
you got your own liquor,
whatever drink, it doesn't even have to be liquor. It could be.
we will drink juice, water.
It could go right here.
Peroxide. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Imagine
be a part of the wave at the beginning. Be a trendsetter. That's our ad. Be a trendsetter. So
be a
whatever
trendsetter, man.
Products y'all got, drinks. If you got like a toy, I don't know.
Anything like that?
Thing, like we'll put it right here and we'll shout it out.
And I will say today we have some especially fun things that we are going to be trying, which I'm very excited about. I think I was telling you I'm gonna work to get like Adriana to do some like audio drops for us so we can have our segments.
Ooh, getting professional out here.
Yeah, I wanted to, like not like the Metro Boom. She'll do something like she can either go crazy Puerto Rican voice. Okay. She can do something real like sweet and sassy. Yeah. We can get a couple different takes. I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah.
Amacha, you gotta chill, bro.
Yo,
she's out of control.
Making her home here,
and that's why, if you're listening to this, great. But I think the video format is definitely the way to go.
Also, I'm gonna need a lint roller.
After this, you'll be good.
Getting all cat hair.
We can't have her locked up anymore.
Hey, man.
She's just doing too much.
Be free out here.
But hey, man, how's your week, bro?
Nah, the week is good, man. You know what I'm saying? Stopped by my favorite place in the world, Enterprise, on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Got my car.
You got your rental?
Yeah, got
You're
my
rolling,
rental.
bro.
They upgraded me this week.
Yes, sir.
Rolling in the Chevy Malibu.
Yes, sir.
I like it. So, I wanted to touch on this with you too, man, because obviously
don't name drop or get too specific.
No,
okay.
So I want to put people on to renting cars if it fits your situation. Okay. So with me, it's like everybody knows. For the longest time, I didn't have a car. Like, I wasn't one of those people where
the longest time?
Yeah.
I would say still now.
right.
And you maybe for like 18 months had a car.
Right. So,
and this is not someone who lives in a city.
Yeah.
Brandon is the ultimate finesse god of the rides.
So, like, a lot of kids in high school, your parents will give you your first car. Not my mom. It was like, Debbie if you're going to get a car, it's going to be on your own.
Get the bus.
I'm like, all right. So for the longest, for basically 99% of my life, I've never had a car. Like, I've never owned a car.
Bro, that story of you getting in trouble because I didn't even know that you were finessing my mom to come pick you up.
Oh,
yo, your mom was so pissed. Yeah. She was like, you do not pick up Brandon. Yeah. He does not get
But
to
it's
ask
like, buying a car at the time was like a daunting task. And it still kind of is, depending on, whatever. But like, to me, buying a car was like, yo, I need to be rich. Like, I didn't know. So I'm like, I tried everything that I possibly could to just get rides to places when it's convenient. Like, I wasn't going to ask anybody to take me to like New York. Like, it would be like, yo, take me to the train station. So I learned about the train system and I fell in love with it, whatever. So fast forward to, when did this happen? This past November, really? We were on the way to Adriana's dad's house the first time I went over.
Oh, there. I thought you meant your accident.
No.
A long time ago, yeah.
Well, long story short, for the accident, I had My first car was a 2005 Hyundai Sonata that
yes,
we got on
sir.
Craigslist or whatever. We paid it off.
He riding around in a 2021 Sonata right now.
It's crazy. So pretty much when I got back home from baseball, I had gigs lined up. I was on my way to shoot something in Philly, and I think I was on 676. And
damn, you were on the blue route?
Yeah, I was driving. And I noticed, like, there was a big pickup truck in front of me with, like, a tow ring in the back, whatever. And I noticed, like, they were arguing. Like, they were really, like, going at it.
The people in the car?
Yeah, the people in the car that were driving. They were arguing. So I'm like, all right, cool. So all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but they stopped. Like, they just stopped. You know, maybe, like, somebody got hit in the car, like just something that made the driver stop out of nowhere. And I wasn't like right behind them, but I also wasn't far enough away to where at 60 miles an hour I could just stop and swerve all the way. So when I stopped and I tried to swerve out, like the driver's, like the front side of my car just got totaled in the back of their tow ring. So
and that thing could turn into a Pringle.
Yeah. So again, this is a 05 Hyundai Sonata going up against a pickup truck. So basically
going up against anything, that car's losing.
Yeah. So I run into the tow ring and my car is bodied, but there's like nothing happened to the pickup truck. So the guy like comes out and then he just like dips off. So I'm like, all right. So my crazy mind works like, oh shoot, I'm good. Like he dipped. I don't gotta be worried about that. Because technically it's my fault, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh damn, we lit. So I'm in the car. I'm not even mad. I'm just like, man. So I'm thinking, I call AAA. I call my mom, and then I call Jeff. And Jeff will tell you whenever he gets on here. I call Jeff and he's like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm like, yeah, I just got in an accident. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I was just in an accident. Like I was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, because I'm one of those people where it's like, honestly, like, what's the point of even getting mad right now? Like, it happened.
It's over.
The guy left, so I'm, like, thinking, like, I actually caught a break.
Did he really not say anything?
Nah, he just kind of
guaranteed you he didn't have insurance either.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe.
Well, no, whatever. You had insurance. You just didn't have collision on that car.
I had liability insurance. Like, it was, like, just insurance that you just have just to have it. So I'm thinking maybe with the guy and his girl, maybe he was so caught up in that he was just like, F it, like I don't feel like dealing with any other BS today. Right. And he dipped. So I was cool. I was like, yo, all right, I caught a break. But so that happened. So that happened to my first car. And it was like, looking back, it was devastating because I was like going crazy in that car. I was driving everywhere. Like
all that newfound freedom.
Yeah, you know? Yep. So I got back on the Uber and train wave, which I was perfectly fine with, by the way. Like I was getting around. Travel expenses were covered based off whatever client. Like I was finessing it. So then now go to November. We're on our way to, Adriana's dad's house for the fight. And, you've been at Enterprise for how long now? How long?
2 years now.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah. So the renting age is 25. So.
Well, you can do it below 25, but there's like additional fees. Yeah, right, exactly. Better to do it at 25.
Yeah, so we were talking about, me getting a car, what was the plan? And I had a plan. I had like a number in my mind, but then you were like, bro, like, why don't you just rent cars? Like, why don't you just rent a car when you need it?
And it was so funny. I saw your face. It was like the eureka. You were like, wait a second.
Because you were like, yo, you can literally pay. Like,
I'm like, bro, you have your company Amex.
Yeah,
like, you could get whatever you want.
For sure.
You're 25.
So what really got me was like, again, because like, just me being ignorant, I'm thinking rent a car, that's expensive, whatever. You're like, bro, you can rent a car for a week for $250 roundabout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you're renting in the winter time and your smaller cars. Yeah, you don't need a lot. You just need a set of wheels.
Yeah, so it's not as bad as you would think. And I'm like, dang, like that's nothing. Like I could do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you
get paid for travel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
people
will
take care of it.
Yeah.
And then to preface that, I mean, to like bring that point home even more, it's like with COVID, there's no Ubers out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, and nobody's driving anymore. And if you do catch one, they're like 16 minutes away, and they'll probably cancel. You know what I'm saying?
They're more expensive now too, right?
Yeah, they're more expensive because they're at a premium now. It's like before everybody was driving. Like now it's like if you get an Uber,
the few, the proud.
Lucky.
Yeah, right.
So it kind of like made it an even easier decision. So like ever since then, I think I rented my first one in like the middle of December. And then ever since, it's been like just like this journey of like.
Now every time I see him pulling up in a new wheel,
and it's crazy.
Always got the nice.
Because what it
whip.
does, it's like obviously, you know, it's a good option until I do get my own car. But at the same time, it's like I get to test the market with cars too. It's like, oh, I like this car. Like right now, my favorite that I've driven is probably the Mazda 6.
The Mazda 6, the sedan.
Oh my god!
Yeah, well, because you got the heated seats and that
it had
all
everything.
the nice stuff.
So like that's my favorite. But it's like I'm actually thinking about getting like a Nissan Altima. Like that's what I was looking at while we were in the car earlier. I was looking at cars and stuff like that. So I'm thinking I'll get the Nissan Altima. But because I've driven it, you know, or I've driven the newest model of it, it's like, yo, I could really see myself, and it's like a super affordable. So I'm saying this to say, like, renting cars, especially if you have a business and stuff like that, like, it's a really, really amazing option. And then obviously, like, the people there are amazing. Like, I walk in and they're like, yo, what's up, Brandon? Yo, what's up with you? Like, where you at this week?
They're the homies, and they all fuck with the podcast.
Yeah, so last time I told you, the last time I walked in, they were like, yo, the podcast was dope. We all watched. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, it was like a Monday morning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They know we drop on a Saturday, baby.
Know? So I wanted to shout out my people at Enterprise, you know, Turnersville. You feel me?
Yep.
They always show me love. I'll be back. You'll see me. It's coming week.
But the funny thing you're saying about the cars is like, I wouldn't say I'm a car guy, but it is true. The more cars you rent, just like anything, the more things that you try, you realize you do have an opinion on it. You can think that you don't. You're like, I just need a car. But yeah, when you're in different things, you're like, I don't really like this. Like, if I can choose, I would rather not.
Yeah.
You're flexible enough where you're willing to do whatever because you know this isn't my car. I'm just trying it out.
Yeah.
But like when I saw you in the truck the one time.
Oh my God, the pickup truck.
I saw Brandon in the truck. He was like, yeah, bro, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not a truck guy.
Because, when I first so this was like, I had the truck like 2 weeks ago.
But you've never really driven a truck either.
Nah, I've never
it's not the same thing as driving a car.
So, because I had rented a full size, because I only needed the car for like 2 or 3 days. So I was like, all right, let's get a full size. That's when it was like when it first started snowing this winter. So they were like, all right, like, because I think the full size is like a Ford Fusion. That's what they have on the site. But bro, like you said, if they need to upgrade, they'll put you in like a truck or a minivan. Yeah. So the guy was like, do you want a truck or a minivan? Well, I was like, well, I don't want a minivan. So like, let's just do the truck. And I'm thinking it's snowing. Like, all right, cool. So I'm hyped. I'm like, yo, I got the truck. Like, I called Jeff because we had to go film at the church. I'm like, yo, I'm about to pick you up in the pickup, bro. What's up? Like, we pulling up. Bro, it was so annoying driving that truck, man. It was like...
Because it's so big?
It's so big.
Yeah, so if you're not used to the size of it.
And then I'm trying to park in Philly. Like, in this pickup truck. And it's snowing.
Bro. Yeah, don't
and
take
I'm like,
the pickup truck to
oh my
Philly.
God, I can't do it. Like, it was like... It was cool on the Jersey side. Like, it was just cool to, like, be up that high. Yes. Just look down on cars. But, like, when you're driving in Philly, you have to park. Oh, my God, forget about it. So that was the only time where it was like, all right, like, I know I don't want a truck for sure.
Now
or at least a pickup truck.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you're also, like, you're a one-man band. Like, you can move everything there, but at least you know if you do need the size, like, you could get something bigger.
For sure. But, yeah, I mean, Enterprise just kind of opened the doors. Well, it opened my mind to, like, oh, there's these kind of cars, and they all handle
now you got a preference and shit.
Yeah, now I know, like, this is what I need. I told you and Adriana, I was like, look, as long as the car got Bluetooth, I'm good.
I'm like, bro, everything you're going to drive is 2020, 2021. There's a Bluetooth. Yeah, there's Bluetooth in every car.
Nothing else. Because the 05 Hyundai Sonata didn't have that. I had to listen to sports radio all the time.
you got to go to... You remember going to Five Below and getting the cassette tape that you stick in that has the chord, and then you play it through, like, 87.4 on the radio, some dead channel, and it's kind of good, but it goes in and out, and then you fuck around, catch some weird, like, evangelical church signal, and you're like, what is this? I'm trying to listen to Pac, like, everything going from there.
Like, for me, that matters because, one, it's convenient, but two, like, I rely on the Maps app. Like, I suck with directions.
Oh.
Like, I need to see that. Like, I need to see that on the screen. It makes it way easier for me.
Well, like, if you go somewhere one time, could you get back there?
No.
Me either.
Still.
I'm so directionally challenged.
Like, and then people
unreal.
get mad, like, because, like, also a pet peeve is, like, you know, when you're driving me somewhere, I don't say nothing. Like, I'm not gonna critique your driving or tell you where to go. But when people get in the car and be like, "Nah, you should have did this," I'm like, bro.
Oh,
like,
those are the weakest people.
Like, bro,
like, yo,
you see that I had the thing on. Like, don't.
The people. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The people who think they know better than the GPS. Worst kind of people. You don't know. There's no way.
It's the people.
There's no back way that you know that's better than this way.
Yeah,
It's a global positioning satellite, bro. You're not better than it.
Look, so I was just having this talk with Jeff and Jalil yesterday because Jeff is the person that like.
Oh, I'm sure he
knows that just like the craziest routes to like the same places. Like they're not really any quicker, although he'll tell you they are.
Right.
But they really aren't.
But they're a back way, so you're not on
like
the highway.
Back way. Like you got to go this way. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna follow this GPS. Like we're gonna get to where we need to go.
So I can listen to this music. We can talk.
Yeah, we've left
and I'm not worried about
to where
trying to
it
get
doesn't
somewhere.
matter if we get there 5 minutes earlier. Like we're good.
We're cool.
Like that's me. You know what I'm saying? Because like again, like I'm the type of person that if you're driving me somewhere, I'm not gonna tell you nothing. Like, do you? As long as we get there, as long as we're not going to New York and we end up driving towards Delaware, like, you know, something like that.
Where you're like, do you know where we're going right now?
Then I'll say something. But if it's like if you want to take a different road to get there.
But also, because I'm not confident enough to tell you that I know best.
Exactly. That's really what it is.
There's no way.
Like, I don't know.
I'll let it ride.
I'm going to follow your lead. Even though I may know a different way, it's like, I'm just going to let you do what you do because it's your car at the end of the day.
And I'm just here.
And you're driving me, or I'm driving with you.
I'm living the experience.
Exactly. So, yeah, all that is shout out to Enterprise, man. It got me back on the road.
But now, when you're looking at Ultimas,
I know.
Are you looking at like brand new cars?
No. I would say like 2015.
I was gonna say, you know that at least if you like all that, you know the bare minimum of what you need.
Yeah,
and you'll go from there.
I'm good on that, man. So shout out to Enterprise.
So Brandon is like elite emerald status in 3 weeks. So
now
my man got like 25,000 points in 3 weeks.
Because again, it's a business thing too. It's like,
oh yeah, bro.
It's a business expense to do this and stuff like that. And then I'm just getting put on every day like, yo, they have you can create a corporate account, which is what the Emerald thing is. And you were telling me today that even when I travel, like I'm like a preferred customer when it comes to like,
well, yeah, and also like everyone knows their regulars, so they know to expect you. Yeah. Of course, you're a very flexible, kind regular, so everyone's more inclined. You know, oh, Brandon's coming. Of course, it helps that you're my best friend.
Yeah, well, that was the main thing.
No special treatment. No. But it is very nice. But it's to get in there. You know, it's always a better experience.
And it was like, yo, I'm Nate's best friend. Like he's, you know, he put me onto it. And then ever since
But dude,
then,
it's so funny that you told me you come in and they all watch
like,
the podcast and you're like,
now it's like a thing. Now they know I'm coming in and everybody knows me, so it's dope, man. But yo, have you ever seen Up in the Air, by the way? With George Clooney? Yeah. So that's what you were talking about with like the Emerald status reminded me of that
They do have a scene in there. Yeah.
And I was just watching it the other day.
All his credit cards, his points and everything like that.
They were talking about the rental cars. I'm like, yo, I know exactly what they're talking about. Like, it's crazy.
Dude, I was looking at like on some super adult shit, like credit cards, like different kinds of credit cards. Because I have like my regular like Discover card or whatever, but I've been talking to people and they're like, no, I have this credit card, gets me points and mileage and da-da-da-da. I'm like,
there's different perks.
We were just talking about, hey, it's good credit gang over here. Yeah, not trying to fuck my credit up.
But there are different perks to different credit cards. Because I actually just got approved for a Discover card.
Sheesh.
Personally. For business, I got the Amex, John, which is crazy.
But do you always use your credit card?
Nah, actually,
I'm a debit card guy.
I use my credit card to do the transaction. Enterprise. That's really the only time I'll use it now is Enterprise.
Right, but that's just because
before that I would use it for Uber because when I use the Amex for Uber, speaking of points, I would get 3 times the points for every
or you get you get cash back or whatever. Like, they run the incentives.
Perks. Now I don't know all of them, but like for somebody, you know, like the George Clooney in that movie who traveled, I think he said he was in the movie traveled like 250 days out of the year or whatever, and he was in like the 10 million mile club. Like for somebody like him, that matters because it's like you want to maximize every single way that you can get.
You want to hear something crazy? I was talking to a guy. I was driving him back. So we'll deal with a lot of like truck drivers and stuff like that. Always the coolest dudes. Truck drivers are always mad cool because they're used to bullshit, traveling, like they understand that lifestyle of transportation and stuff. So I was driving this dude back to like a truck stop, and he told me, and I made him repeat this 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in like Iowa, like technically that's his primary residence, but he goes home 4 hours every year to do his taxes.
Wow.
And then he lives out on the road 364 days, 20 hours a year. Could you do something like that?
Nah, I probably couldn't.
He literally just keeps driving. He has no bags. He has no belongings.
Yeah.
He has himself, his phone, and his GPS. And he basically, like, has the clothes that he's in. And then, like, when he goes to a next place, he's always put up with the car, put up with the hotel, and then, like, buys whatever he needs at that location, and then just keeps moving on. Like, true nomad shit.
Wow, that's kind of dope.
It seemed cool, but then I was also like, bro, that's insane. Like, no, he was an older guy, so I get, you know, you're like in that stage of your life, you know, maybe you don't care, but I was just like, man, that's like,
that's what
I was like, do you like doing that?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
He said he had 7 kids.
Oh, wow.
But they're all grown. So he's like, what else do I do? Like, I can just drive anywhere that I need to go and get there. I'm like,
man. I mean, I think from a content perspective, it would be amazing to hear his stories on the road.
Oh yeah,
he's probably seen every place in the country like 30 times over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like it's crazy. That movie was crazy because it's like George Clooney was in that same boat where it's like he had his, like, he obviously made a lot of money like doing what he was doing, but he had that one room apartment in Omaha that he was barely at, and it was like bare minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Some people just live like either they love their job that much, or it's like they don't know anything else, so anything else is like scary.
But also in his situation, like his storyline was like he was avoiding relationships and people and all that, and like that's cool. I think I would like a job where I get to travel more. You know, like getting to just see different things and like interact. And I'm sure, like, obviously as you move up the ladder doing anything, there's more travel because you're responsible for more things.
For sure.
But like that life of like living out on the road all the time, and you talk to truck drivers, man, like they literally drive 3 weeks straight out, come home 4 or 5 days, back on the road again, and they're in relationships, married, children, but you can make a great living driving, bro.
They'll always have a job.
Have a job, man.
So, and I'm sure their benefits are crazy. Obviously, to be able to have a job where you can travel and everything's taken care of, like, it takes that stress out of it. Like, there's perks, like the fact that you have a company car. I always thought that was the dopest thing, just to be able to have a car on the company, because that saves you a lot of money. You know,
maintenance, gas, everything like that.
It saves you a lot, and those are kind of the conversations I've been having with my mom as I'm looking to get this car. It's like we're kind of weighing like the options of like, yo, should you keep renting? Because I have a number in my head that I want to hit before I'm ready to just like get whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But right as of now, it's like, you know, do you want to keep running and this is how much it's going to cost, or do you want to own a car and this is how much it's going to cost, maintenance, gas, the whole
and that's what I'll say is like you're also looking at you got to look at the different tiers of things. Like, one, you know, you're in a situation where you have good credit, you have the money, you can do it, but also you travel sporadically. Like, you don't need it all the time, but you do see, like, and this is the thing that I was saying too, is like I see you more. Yeah, like you have the freedom. Like, more freedom. You know, you're grown. You do whatever you need to do. You work whatever you need to work, but you can also come back to it. And bro, you can do both. Like, you can have a personal car that you drive for personal stuff, but then the same way that, you know, you're negotiating, however you negotiate your travel, that goes toward however you would like to use it. So if you have your daily rider where you just save your gas and mileage and money on that, but then if it's business, you have the rental. You know, my God, there's like so many regulars that I deal with who do that all the time.
Hell yeah, bro.
Because their companies are paying for it.
And I think for me, because if you know anything about my mom, like, she's already paid off the mortgage in her house.
Sheesh.
Like, so she's the type that I'm gonna get a car and just pay that John. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and owning is way better.
Yeah.
In the long run,
100%.
for sure. Hold on, I forgot to set the drone. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good.
How much time we got?
Oh no, we're only like 25 minutes right now. No, but I just forgot.
Yeah, so like that's really the conversation, because it's never about getting a car. Anybody can get a car.
Yeah.
It's more like, when I want a car, I want to be able to buy it cash, so there's no car note, and I'm just paying insurance and whatever. So that's really the conversation. The conversation isn't getting a car.
I think you should buy a car, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely going to get a car. It's like that's what I was telling you earlier about timing, because I do, again, have the number in my head where it's like, all right, I have this much. I'm willing to shell out this much to get what I know I need to get, because I'm going to make that money back.
Talking about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I need to, like...
I'm getting the bag.
Yeah, it's for my personal comfortability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do like having money in my account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do like that feeling.
Yeah.
But they say, though, that a lot, even the richest of people don't have tons of money in their account because their money's just working for them constantly. So it's like finding that balance, because we're not there yet, but I also get that concept that your money sitting in your account isn't going to do anything.
Nah.
Like, you need to really...
That's why since last time we talked, you know how much money I put in Bitcoin?
Yeah.
I'm not willing to publicly say.
Oh my God.
Bro, I literally woke up this morning, checked. Bro, let's see.
Oh my God, you've been going crazy.
No, I haven't been going crazy like that, but it's definitely the majority of my portfolio.
After this first break, we got to tell them briefly about like our little Bitcoin.
Yeah, bro, Bitcoin, it's up. It's been floating at 57,000 today, bro. Yet today, look, today. Why won't Robinhood let me do this shit? I'm thinking about buying stuff on Coinbase too, but I don't. Okay, here we go. So let me see. Just today. It's up like 2% or so. But this morning, so this week it's up 20%, 200% in the last 3 months. Like, bro, it's unreal. Like, it doesn't matter.
Put it this way: 50-something thousand for a share.
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
but you also got to realize, like, okay, so, and we can get into. I've been way more into the stock things since we've been talking about it. I feel like it's
so much easier now. Stocks used to be like so foreign to us because whatever, but now it's so easy with phones and stuff.
And the Robinhood stuff, like it just makes it so you don't really have to be a genius at this shit. And the way that I invest is, I mean, I obviously everyone does it a little bit differently, but like, when you said that you had invested in Bitcoin, I was like, oh shit, like I'm fucking up. Like there's no way.
I didn't know you hadn't done it before that.
No, I've been looking, but bro, like I first got in at probably like the 42,000 mark. Yeah. And that was like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
It's like 55,000 in 10 days?
Yeah, it's going crazy.
Put it this way, like you keep buying it incrementally, and that's what we talked about before. Yeah. Which, like, you know, I look at it the same way as like, okay, you get your paycheck, right? You pay your bills. Hopefully, if you're listening to this and you're smart enough, you're putting something away with every check where you're saving. Like you should always be doing that. But that third part of investing into something, I hadn't done, honestly. But I didn't know what to invest in. I was like, I don't understand what I'm looking at. But then the more that we talked about it and looked at it, it's like, bro, just you can put your money in safe blue chip stocks like Amazon and Tesla. Yep. Over time, you let them sit there and you slowly add to it. Yeah. You will make money on it. I'm not talking about going into super volatile, like crazy high risk stuff. But then what I was thinking is, I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, why not ride the wave, right? Yeah. Why not do it in Bitcoin? Yeah. Because at least I know there's the following that I can look at. I can like quantitatively look at this and say, okay, this is moving in the right direction. There's a ton of information that you can look at and follow all the time that isn't difficult. I feel like looking into crypto is almost easier than trying to like evaluate, you know, stock of some company I've never heard of in oil. Yeah. I don't know anything about oil. I don't know anything about crypto. Stop snitching. Movie review time.
Facts.
Real quick, we both watched, what is it?
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yep.
Obviously, crazy reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. Wildly popular.
Perfect.
Damn near perfect. Yeah. I think you and I both agree. I'm not giving it a 96.
Nah, I was going to say, we do our thermometer.
Yeah, do the thermometer.
I say it was a solid, like, 85 for me.
Ooh. Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. Definitely certified fresh.
Yeah.
great movie. I'll give you my perspective on why I think it jumps that extra 10 points.
So wait, before you do that, were you familiar with Fred Hampton before?
That was going to be the silver lining for me, is that it was a story that I mean, I knew who Fred Hampton was, but I had never, I'd never fully heard the story, but also from the perspective, which I don't want to give away if people want to watch it, of which it's told, I thought was even more interesting. Because to hear it from not Fred's perspective gave it definitely gave it an additional layer of dramatics, and I guess the different angle made me even more locked in, because of course it's hyper political and race war and everything like that, and I get that that's what they're going for. I think you give it the 95-96 the same way they gave like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom a 95-96, which I did not like at all.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, Chadwick dies. It's produced by Denzel. It's a timepiece for right now, which is perfect. But like, I don't think you can give it anything less. I will say that I think that Judas and the Black Messiah, it's streaming on what? Amazon?
HBO Max.
Oh, HBO Max. HBO Max. Performances, amazing.
For sure.
It's not saying that at all. I just felt like there wasn't enough of a wow factor to it for me to like take it to the next level. I would give the performances themselves a 96, 100%. I mean, they were unbelievable. The story's perspective was interesting, but I don't think it was told in a particularly, or shown in a particularly like unique cinematic way. And maybe it would have changed if we saw it in the theater, because obviously I'm watching everything from my couch.
The theater definitely always adds like an extra oomph to the movie just because of the atmosphere.
But what did it miss? Like, how did it not hit 90 for you?
I mean, so from my perspective, I didn't know everything about Chairman Fred. I first heard the name through Jay-Z, because you remember on Watch the Throne on that song Murder to Excellence, Jay-Z was like, I arrived on the day Fred Hampton died. Real niggas just multiply. So that's the first
Was
time.
he born on the day Fred Hampton was killed?
Yeah, Jay-Z
Oh,
was
wow.
born.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
So that was when I first heard it, and I'm like, Fred Hampton, because again, like, and I've had this conversation with like my mom and other people. Like, you didn't, like, if you learned anything about Black history, it's Martin Luther King. True. Maybe a little Malcolm X. You were not learning about.
I will say,
Fred
as a
Hampton.
White person, definitely. You didn't hear about Fred Hampton.
You weren't going to hear about him.
No way.
Unless you were from Chicago, or unless you were just plugged into the movement crazy. So.
Well, because he comes off radical. Oh my gosh! Look. Sorry, Mom. I'm on the podcast with Brandon. Can I call you back?
Oh, sure.
You can say hi to everyone. You want to say hi? Tell them stop snitching.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Everybody become a subscriber.
Yeah. There we go. All right. I'll call you later.
That's awesome.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
That's awesome.
We got to get that clipped.
That's awesome.
Everybody become a subscriber.
So, I mean.
But again, absolutely, you are 100% right. It's Martin Luther King. Even Malcolm X is a little iffy, too radical.
Martin Luther King was the least radical out of all of them. So he was the easiest for the public school system to talk about.
Which is crazy to think he was the least radical.
Well, he was the one.
He was the most radical.
Yeah.
Maybe the least violent.
Yeah, the least violent, right? So.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, that's when I first heard of Chairman Fred. So I had a limited understanding of who he was. I understood what he was about. I knew about the Rainbow Coalition and what he was trying to do and things like that. And these aren't spoilers, by the way. Like, these are all facts. Because to point out the movie, you probably felt like it didn't have a crazy shock factor because they pretty much played it straight up. It wasn't like, I'm sure there was some things dramatized, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like anything crazy. It was more like a biopic than a lot of other movies that have been done like this. It's pretty straightforward to the story from what I know. But like you said, when you watch the movie and you do the research, you'll understand that the perspective that they told it from was definitely unique. Because the guy, William O'Neill, he's obviously the Judas of the situation. the FBI.
And when they dropped the name of the movie in the movie, for me, which I didn't
at the beginning,
I didn't understand why the name of that would be. It
makes total
fucking
sense.
Brilliant, bro. Such a great moment
J.
in the
Edgar
movie.
Hoover had called Fred Hampton the Black Messiah. He said we can't let the Black Messiah like get to this power because J. Edgar Hoover knew like if you let anybody come together in this magnitude, it's a wrap for the government. You know what I'm saying? And that still stands today. That's why a lot of political not protesters but political activists preach that, because it's like if any amount of people come together like that, it's dangerous for an establishment. You know what I'm saying? So J. Edgar Hoover was like, we have to get this Black Messiah off the streets. And really they meant kill him, because they understood, if you know anything about Huey P. Newton, and they mentioned them at the beginning, Huey P. Newton actually became more of a celebrity. He became more powerful when he was in jail.
But I'm not, you can tell me this, I'm not sure, I know of the name Huey P. But what
he was part of the
affiliated
Black
with?
Panther Party in the 60s. He was a little before Chairman Fred.
So is he one of a leader like from Chicago, or is he a leader from a different place?
I think he was from a different
but
place.
Another high profile Panther.
High profile. Okay. But you know, J. Edgar Hoover's thing was he became more popular in jail. Like he gained more power when he was in jail. So at this point, the FBI is like, we need to kill these people. Like jail's no longer enough. It's like we need to literally take him out and take him off the streets.
But you know what I thought was ironic about it, bro, is that you can, and oh man, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like, sure, you put them in jail, they're still alive. You can stop their voice. Yeah. And you saw that in the movie as well. Like, once Fred goes to jail, I mean, there is a falling off. And or at least the Black Panther Party in Chicago at that time was very, 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 according to the movie, heavily relying on his presence, his voice.
He was the draw to it. I mean, when you watch the movie,
kill them, bro, you make them immortal. I mean, look at Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, like, they will never truly die.
So, I mean...
And that's the backlash where it's like, sure, you want to take them out, fine, but they'll never be forgotten.
Exactly.
Ever.
So, it's like there was... You know, I'm sure from the FBI's perspective, they were so nearsighted that they were like, all right, we're just going to kill him and that's going to end it. But obviously, that's not what happened. We're making movies about these people now. And then you said something too, man. I mean... Dang, what did you just say? I had it on the tip of my tongue.
What I wanted to throw in there as well is, I loved the Get Out reunion.
Lakeith
Stanfield and then Jesus, I don't know the main guy's name.
Daniel.
I don't know his last name.
Obuaku. No, it's Kaluuya, but it's spelled Kaaluuy.
Yeah, I don't know how you say it.
But to
see the two of them together again, man, they are so dynamic.
They're like the two greatest right now.
They're so freaking good, man.
Yeah. Because they kill every role. Like, every role I've seen the main guy
such character pieces. Like,
every role, obviously, we've seen Lakeith, and it's just like...
Oh, Lakeith is next. He's,
you know what I'm saying?
He's out there, for sure.
Yeah.
But,
I mean...
That man is dedicated.
You have to be.
You ever see speeches at, like, the Oscars and shit like that?
Yeah, you have to be. Because he's tapping into a different mindset of creativity. And it's crazy because I've been watching interviews, and he gave one where he said... based off playing this role, he needed to take therapy because to tap into, like, you got to understand, especially with the racial climate and political climate now, it's like it's so much about black empowerment. So to have to be a black actor and one of the new prominent black actors and have to play somebody who was responsible for killing somebody as important as Fred Hampton, you have to go against everything that you think, and you have to flip that for this role. So imagine, again, Lakeith is out there. Lakeith is what they say woke. He's like super intelligent, like, you know what I'm saying, super articulate, like he really cares.
In real life, he is the polar opposite of the type of character that he's portraying.
So to give the performance that he gave, he needed therapy because it's like he had to like destigmatize all of these things that he had to put in his mind to play this role because it was totally against everything he believed. Like, again, if you do the research, William O'Neill was like, he was a traitor. He did all of this for money.
He's the Judas. Yeah.
And what I thought was dope is the director, Shaka King, you should watch his Breakfast Club interview. He was kind of breaking down the different perspectives of the film. And one of the things that stood out to me was William O'Neill represented the capitalist thinker. Like, it's about money. It doesn't, like, I don't really care about politics. Like, I need money, and money rules everything. And Fred was obviously somebody who was more of a socialist. Like, I want everybody to have it. Everybody should get free health care.
That's what he says. He saw the Lakeith. I didn't see the Lakeith character like that.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I thought they did a great job of creating enough perspective and, like, empathy for that character. Like, I felt for, like, that, what's his name, O'Neill?
Yeah, William O'Neill.
William, like, the end of that movie, bro, it was really hard to watch, man. Yeah. Like, at the end, I was like, it's much different, obviously, giving information versus trading a life. Like, and he made his decision. Yeah. I don't know if I could live with that.
Nah, and he didn't. After that, they based that interview off of an actual documentary, and that was his first. That documentary. Oh my God,
that's right. Don't give it away at the end, but yes, they do talk about that. So I forgot that at the end. Yeah.
So there's this.
The same day, right?
Yeah, the same day he killed himself after that. After he did that interview, because there's so much guilt, and like they do a good job to kind of give his perspective a little more, because in history he's going to be known as a traitor, but they at least give the backstory of why he made the decisions. He was only 17 at the time. He was facing jail. He was facing crazy jail time, and he didn't necessarily know what it was hitting for. They manipulated him throughout the way. And once he got so in deep, it was just kind of like,
what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? And, again, and the equivalent of what they gave him in terms of money back then was like $250,000, $200,000, $250,000 now for a 17-year-old. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like, and then they were talking about how he had lived a life where he couldn't really trust anybody. He didn't really look up to anybody. So that cop that was his point guy, he became like a role model. Like, there's so many different ways to look at it.
Yes, he was like, and I think the movie did give you a little bit of that too, is it did almost turn into like he wanted to make him proud of him, and it was really sick and twisted, and you're like, ugh, you don't see this? Like, but also, this is his living now. Like, right? He was just robbing and thieving. Honestly, this is the most honest job that he had.
Yeah, he went from having to steal cars to now he's being provided cars. Like that. Like, oh, I need this information on Fred. I'm going to give you this amount of money.
And pull up in the wheel.
You know what I'm saying? He's coming from a place where he's hustling for money anyway. So this is just a different way for him to do it. Now, did he know that Fred was going to die? Probably not. Like,
not in the beginning.
Yeah, not in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think when they were asking some crazy details about Fred's crib and what it looked like, then it was like,
then he was like, what?
But you even see it in the movie. He's like, wait, like, why would you need to know why, like, the floor plans of his house, like, what's going on? And at that point, he was like, damn. But again, he was too in deep. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can't get out of it.
Because now, if you try to get out, the cops like, oh,
they'll kill you.
Yeah, or you're going to go to jail. You still got all this time.
Right.
This is making up for your jail time.
Yeah, you're forever in debt.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in debt to someone at that point, so you're done.
He was being manipulated regardless. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think, what performance I really loved in the movie was Fred's, I guess, wife, or I don't know if they ever get married, but his baby mama or whoever, like, fuck.
You want to know something crazy? So the Shaka King said that the story is technically from her perspective. Now, I didn't see it at first. I need to watch it again to kind of see it. But he was like, the story is actually from her perspective.
But she wasn't in a lot of the scenes with
That's what kind of caught me off guard. I didn't know if it was like him just being too like...
I thought it was definitely O'Neill's perspective.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because Charlamagne asked him that, or I think Angela Yee asked him that, and he was like, nah, it's actually from Deborah's perspective. So I'm like, I didn't really get it at first.
Maybe like, I could see it could be her perspective from her and Fred's relationship. You don't see it other than her.
Yeah.
But I would say the movie overall, I feel like, was O'Neill's.
It was
really more a story about him.
Yeah, it was more about his role, because the only thing that kind because O'Neill's really the only dynamic character in terms of like storytelling tropes, right? He was the only dynamic character.
You get the 360 on him.
You
don't get the 360 on everybody else.
Fred, it's like Fred was Fred. Like he was.
Everyone else is one dimensional.
You know what I'm saying? Like Fred was always going to be Fred. He wasn't going to turn. O'Neill is the one we follow and, like you said, have empathy for because we see his journey. It's not really a movie about Fred Hampton. We only know him. We don't know how he grew up, whatever. It was just he was who he was, and you know that was
right. It's more of a one man's relationship with it trying to push his life forward.
Yeah.
Without fully, I don't even know if it was like destroying, like fighting against yourself, because to a certain point, like, no, he didn't have any affiliation with the Panthers before, but you can see that he found community with them. Like, at the end of the day, like, they valued him. They showed him that they did love him. They respected him. He was a part of this community. He was disenfranchised prior to this. This brought him together, but he's also making his living off of deceiving them.
And that's what ate him
But they
alive.
knew that the FBI knew, like, that's your skill. You deceive, you steal, you rob. Like, it doesn't matter. It just happens to be that you're black.
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah.
But they'd use him if he was a white man or Spanish man, black guy. They're just gonna find wherever they can put him.
COINTELPRO, man, counterintelligence program to take these people down. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was called.
What's it called?
COINTELPRO. That's what it's called. It was they named the operation COINTELPRO. So counterintelligence program.
Brandon, you working for the FBI, bro?
Nah, bro. I you know me, like movies like this, I do the research. Like I like diving into these.
But so things. where did it fall short from to get to that upper 90s?
I think, like I said, I think there was only one dynamic character. We didn't really if you had.
It was too long, if you ask me. It was 15, 20 minutes too long.
You think so? Because I thought it was. I thought at the beginning it went by so fast. Like they brushed by so much history so fast. I'm like, dang, this is like moving. Towards the end, it did get a little slower, for sure. But I thought pacing wise, it was all over the place. I'm like, 1 minute it's going super fast and we're rushing through everything, and the next minute we're like on this one specific thing for a while. So I definitely see what you're saying there. Like I said before, there was only like really one dynamic character, even like because Daniel's performance of Fred was so crazy. I would have loved to see like more of him. Like, how did he really feel? Because we only saw it on the surface level. We didn't really see it from his personal perspective. So I think I would have loved to see that. And I think it was just kind of like a really straightforward depiction of what it was. It wasn't like, again, if you were somebody who knew a little bit about it before, it wasn't gonna blow you away. It was just I think people, especially more so people of color or minorities, like they loved it just because it was being shown. They weren't looking at it from a cinematic perspective.
And that's that's where I feel like that's where it hits that 96%, because you're telling a difficult story from that perspective. It is beautifully told, and it gets the respect that it deserves from that point. But from the overall perspective, I'm trying to think of something we've seen that like hits that point, that the upper.
Speaking to that, right? So in the Breakfast Club interview, Charlamagne, he was like, "Man, this is going to be one of the movies that are going to be told throughout Black history. It's going to be up there with the autobiography of Malcolm X." And I was like, "Nah, it is not like that."
That is a great way to put it. X. That's
that
a
movie
different.
Oh my goodness!
But also, I think it's maybe you're right. Maybe it is because you don't get X is 3 hours.
Yeah,
it's the entire life of this person.
You get everything. Like you get the full range of like.
Bro, I need the Martin Luther King X.
They tried.
They have not done that yet.
They tried,
and someone will crush that, bro.
Because this is the thing that a lot of people don't want to talk about, is that they're human beings. So of course we love MLK.
You're gonna dig into some stuff that
we also know that he had some
wasn't he
issues.
Like infidelity? Yeah, and all that stuff.
Being that big of a public figure, you're a black man at that time. You're one of the most talked about names. Like, it's
better to just let it ride.
Exactly, and people slip that under the rug or whatever. But it's like, yo, these people are real people. Like Malcolm X used to be like in the streets for real. You know what I'm saying? But that's the arc of any human being. It's like we have to go through the bad to seek out, to see what's good in us. We have to go through some things to figure it out. So Malcolm was able to be ultimately what he was is because he knew the other side and he knew the violent side. He knew what it was like to take from your own people and how detrimental that was. So now when he's enlightened and stuff like that, and now he's put in a position to tell other people, he understands like, yo, I know this for a fact. Like if we stick together, we're more powerful, you know, instead of tearing each other down. And I'm sure Fred Hampton probably had a similar story as well. You know what I'm saying? Which, again, we didn't really know because we didn't really learn a lot about
Well, yeah,
Fred.
you're right. It wasn't a movie about Fred.
Yeah.
But what was your favorite scene? Did you have anything that stuck out to you?
My favorite scene, his speeches were incredible. Oh, my God. His speeches.
Did you have a specific one?
Obviously, the I'm a Revolutionary, when he, like, first got out of jail, and then he walked
when
up.
The movie ended, when it ended, I was like, I am a revolutionary.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you do. You want to scream that. You're like,
Chicago
you're
accent.
pumped up, bro, by the end of that.
It was just the way he walked up. Like, he walked up and the crowd was chanting his name.
Well, and if we can nerd out, like, that shot, the direction, like, the lighting, he looks bigger than life on like any screen you're looking at. Man, oh, my gosh.
That scene, and then you remember the scene where Fred was, you know, he was starting to form the Rainbow Coalition, right? So he goes to
where they meet, the leaders meet.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That was my favorite scene.
Crazy. The
that
tension
scene is so tough. Yes,
the tension.
There's no music.
Man. Yeah,
they all got guns.
Yeah,
he's walking in there with 8 people.
Yeah,
there's fucking 150 of those motherfuckers.
But he had so much swag, though. Oh my God, he had so much. And
I wouldn't say this movie is so heavily based on the writing, but because those speeches are already made, you don't have to rewrite those brilliant words.
But that scene was completely
whoa, my God! Unless they had some sort of transcript from people who were there who knew what he said, his ability to de-escalate a situation when he has the counter ability to escalate a situation. I mean, to involve people and wrap them up. And then he's in there with this guy who is willing to kill him right there.
They had guns cocked. Like, they were ready. Like, if anything went down.
And he comes back and he has this pitch for him. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. That was the scene in the movie where I was like, oh, yeah, this is different. Like, and you see Lakeith at that moment lock eyes with the dude who's seen him. There's all these multiple levels of conflict happening, and it happens in so few words.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh my God, it was crazy.
But that speaks to the brilliance of Daniel's performance. And I'm only not saying his last name because I really can't pronounce it. But
I need to look it up.
It's Kaluuya or something.
Right, but I just don't know how you say it.
I know how to spell it. I don't know how to say it. But his performance, oh my God. Because again, like, think about this. He's a British American. Like, when you hear him in interviews, he's British. So the fact that he can manipulate his voice
He's a black Brit playing Fred Hampton.
Like, he can manipulate his voice because Fred Hampton was a fast talker. Like, he was charismatic in that way. He was a fast talker, but his words had substance.
He had the ultimate, at that point, jive.
Yeah, he had that. And he was like a big guy, but he was also off setting as well. Like, he had such a peaceful demeanor about him. Like, he meant business, but it was also like, nah, I'm here to be your friend. Like, we got to work together.
Yeah, that scene where the Rainbow Coalition is meeting, they were called what, the Kings?
I would have to look. The Crowns.
The Crowns. When he's meeting and bringing them together, it was like, oh, is this possible?
Yeah.
Like, you guys, well, they hate you. Yeah. For sure, definitely hate you. And you're willing to come in and talk, and his ability, right, from the performance level, that's where it took it. For Lakeith, too. Yeah. Because that's the hardest way of being an actor. Like, I think people think, oh, yeah, well, I can say things and I can...
It's about your man.
Remember, but
how do you look?
How do you hold yourself when you're like, oh, shit?
Yeah. That was
oh,
perfect.
shit. That whole scene to me was, oh, shit. You don't know whether they're going to shoot each other. Yeah. They're going to shoot each other. They're going to shoot There's 4 people. There's 4 different relationships happening in that room simultaneously. Yeah. Any of them could have immediately switched. Yeah. And then when the dude spoke up and he came back and smacked him in the head and said, shut up and get back in line, you're like...
Yeah, good. He was about to be out. And after, but the scene after that, when the girl peeped what was going on, And she had held the gun to Lakeith and was like, yo, who are you? And Lakeith was like, oh, snap.
Hotwire the car?
Yeah, hotwire the car. I was like, dang. Like, you knew he was going to do it, but it was just like, dang, how's he going to do it?
He was trying to talk his way out of it. I was like, oh, no, buddy.
So
You're not doing that.
I mean, that scene had... I think that scene kind of showcased Fred the best in my eyes. Just how just confident he was in what he was speaking about. Like, he was like, he really believed in this. Like, he really believed in people of all walks coming together, because that's slept on. Like, if you know anything about the Rainbow Coalition, it was not just black people. It was the oppressed white people, the poor white people in Chicago.
That scene where he did go to that disenfranchised white, and they were there at the end with him.
Like, the government and on the
right, for him it really wasn't only about race.
It was about oppressing everybody. Like, that's what people don't get. And it brings us back to now, where we see what happened at the Capitol building. It's not about a race. It's like, if they think you're a threat at all, they're going to stomp over you, or they're going to try to stomp all over you. It does not matter what color you are. And that's why he was so freaking ahead of his time to think of a Rainbow Coalition. Like, let's all come together and fight this. Because if we all do it, if they're scared, look, J. Edgar Hoover and them were scared of the black people coming together.
Shitless. Imagine
all of them coming together. They had to kill him, because if they didn't, they knew it was a wrap. They knew it. They had to do what they had to do. And that's what happens when you're that revolutionary. It's like they feel like they have to take you out. But like you said earlier, what they don't realize is that your legacy and your spirit is going to carry on way farther than anything he would have done if he was alive. He has a bigger impact now because he was killed at 21. Because now it's like,
21,
it's so radical. Like, he killed at 20. He was doing all this at 21 years old.
21 years old.
It's like, he's just different. He's one of those guys that was born different. You know what I'm saying? And like Jay-Z and Nipsey Hussle released a new song or whatever, and Jay had a line where he was speaking about, like, yo, you may have killed this person, but you birthed
another.
You birthed another because of his spirit. You birthed me, and now I'm really out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now we're really
it is true.
moves. Like, I'm not no 21-year-old. Like, no, I'm 51.
Yeah, I'm richer than white rich people.
Yeah, now it's like different.
What's up?
And this is what and you caused this, because you killed this guy, and this is what happened because his spirit lives on. And now we can see movies like this, even if we want to see more, because I feel like we're always going to want to see more. But it's just the fact that we can see movies like this. It's out there. It's gotten a lot of amazing promo. Mm-hmm. We get to hear about Fred Hampton's son, who's continuing the mission in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He's formed his own, I don't know the exact term to call it, but kind of like Fred was chairman of the Black Panthers. I think his son is the chairman of the Black Panther Cubs, so he's bringing up the inner city youth.
Right, yeah, it's more of a positive
it's
connotation,
like, it's so many
spin, yeah.
From such a terrible situation, there's so many good
things that came out of it.
Yeah, so many good. So
bottom line, go stream.
Yeah, go
Judas
to
and the Black
HBO
Messiah,
Max, or go to the movies if you're comfortable. Go see it, man. Just
God, I want to go to the movies, man.
Yeah, for sure. Just obviously it's a great movie, but it's also a great history lesson too.
Yeah, I would say that although this movie, I would say, is definitely capital R, rated R for the context.
Oh yeah.
I would not that young, but I would take my 12, 13-year-old kid to go see that movie. To see that perspective of it. I think it's super
especially
engaging,
nowadays,
super smart.
It's important to know and understand what these people fought for, and it makes you appreciate where you're at. Like,
absolutely,
the fact that you can make you don't have to be a Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton is once in a lifetime kind of person, but you can be certain parts of them in your own community. You can promote peace and respect and all these things, which is what he was about. So should definitely see it.
Stop snitching. All right, and to end the podcast,
yes, sir,
we have gone to H Mart, which I don't know if people know what this is. I'm pretty sure it's like a Korean mart or some sort of like Asian store. I think Brandon can say for sure that That place is nutty.
Yeah, that place is nuts.
You can get anything you've ever wanted in your entire life there, and majority of the stuff is not in English, so we do not know. But we had so much fun with the last Brandon reacts to the TikToks and shit like that.
Sir.
I think we went there and bought a ton of snacks of things that we kind of know what they are and we kind of don't know what they are. Mm-hmm. We're going to try it and give you our responses.
Let's do it, man.
So, with our bag of fun here, just give me a little, go ahead, reach in. He'll pull it out. Oh, fuck, bro. Don't. Okay. Good. Go ahead. What do you think it is?
All right. So this is Kitkat, Shinsu apple. So I'm thinking it's an apple flavored Kitkat bar, and we are going to see what this thing tastes like.
Do you think this is good? These are
it looks good because I love
KitKat.
I love KitKat.
Okay.
So, and I love apple.
Oh shoot.
So I'm thinking that this is going to be a good jump.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, wow.
All for it. Packaging is very nice. They are minis.
Okay,
go ahead.
Bet.
You can have your one.
ASMR.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling that right now.
ASMR.
Okay, all for it.
Oh, they smell great. They smell like apple.
It smells like a real apple. Hold on.
These bang.
It's not bad. It's like a
Hell yeah.
It's almost like if you burped or something afterwards. Like that taste.
Yeah.
The wafting presence.
It's like a sweet
of apple.
Wow, this is like authentically apple though. It really does taste like a Kit Kat apple.
Honestly, if I was drunk enough, I'd probably eat more of those.
I actually like these a lot. I'm gonna have another one. These are banging. Yo, Shinsu apple Kit Kat. Let's get it. Straight from Korea.
Yo, the Shinsu apple. Oh, yo. Oh, you saw they traded Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
You're feeling them.
Yeah, it actually tastes like an apple for real. Like it's
they taste. They're exactly like a Kit Kat.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like chocolate, but it's like, I don't know how else to say it. It's almost like there's just the aroma of apple.
Man, this reminds me of the Jones at Wawa, like the apple pie ones. It looks like that package.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's like a big, what do you call those? I guess tasty cakes?
Yeah.
Kind of like that?
Like a frosted tasty cake, John, with the...
All right, Shinsu apple. Ooh. Out of 5 stars, how many you giving it?
Man, that's like a 4.
You giving it a 4? A 4?
Yeah,
okay, I'll give it a 3. I'm not gonna like buy this all the time.
I'll get it for Halloween.
Would be a fire.
Know what I'm saying?
Snack.
Give the kids something crazy for Halloween.
Let me pick something.
All right,
let me pick. We just got a random.
We got some stuff in here, man. Like
so anything.
Random stuff. Hey,
all right,
let's get it. Yes, sir. Y'all already know what this is. Y'all already know what this is right here, boy.
These are definitely gonna be regular ass cherry gummies.
It don't matter.
But he bought them at the store. They definitely have, wait, hold on. Is there anything unique on the packaging at all, or is it just in English?
No, it's Haribo.
Well, they're
sponsor me.
Oh, I was gonna say
last year alone, I spent about $1,000 or so on gummy bears. Last year alone, they cost $239. If you want sour, $259, which is a good investment. So
if there was stock in Haribo,
come on, cuz there is. I have some.
All right, let me say
publicly traded. Let's get
these
it.
These
Wild
are just
cherry.
These are just twin cherries.
Boom boom, happy cherries.
They're twin cherries, but they are different. Happy. Oh no, they're not the same. The twin cherries are bigger.
I'm so used to the actual gummy bears, but this is the gummy cherries.
These are just like gummy.
Nah, don't disrespect Haribo.
You're not feeling these, bro. These are like a 2.
Would I get these? Probably not. Not over some gummy bears. But
these are too chewy.
They are a little chewy.
They're too hard. Pause.
I don't even think about that.
A serving? How much do you think a serving is of these?
Like in sugar?
No, like how many of these can you eat in one serving?
I don't know. Is it like a high number?
How many do you think?
500.
Bro, One serving?
I don't know.
No, one serving is 5.
Oh, okay.
What are the chances that you're eating 5 of these? 0%.
What do you mean?
You're eating more than 5, bro.
I just ate 3.
Oh my! All right, well, you're not gonna get full. Here,
On,
those
are
bottom right now. Those are bottom.
Shout out Haribo.
Brandon will continue to eat those after the podcast, most likely. Go ahead. Oh, let's go! I wanted to try these the most. All right, this is kiwi fruit gummy candy. Fruity and soft, and by the way, gluten free.
Well,
I'm gonna give it a second
I
to
think
see
that's the most important part.
that it can
Whatever
focus
that
on
means.
it, bro. These I'm more interested in the picture. It looks like they have like the kiwi fruit, like the black pieces in it.
What does gluten free mean?
Some bullshit.
Why is it important?
We're not gluten free.
Gluten free.
Who knows what it is? All right. So first of all, kiwi fruit gummy candy. It's a very small package.
Feels soft.
It does feel very gummy. This feels like a true gummy.
ASMR. Man.
There's some sick fucks out there who are just loving this. Ooh.
Oh, this is nice.
This is going to be the most
It's
gummy.
a little soury.
See, the problem
You ever
with
inspect the gummy
with
before?
the Haribo is these are not gummy like that. Smell it.
You ever
it smells like.
Do you know how to inspect the gummy?
What do you do?
So you close your left eye.
And you
So
look
this
at it.
This becomes in bokeh. It becomes in focus, and everything behind it is blurred. And you see like the contents of the gummy, like the little particles in it.
Yeah, I
The
see it.
strokes. These are handmade. And this is why you gotta appreciate gummies, because they're so amazing in so many
Are you
ways.
serious to do this? Here, you ready? 3. Oh no, you're eating the Haribo. All right, I'm gonna get first reaction. Here we
I'm
go.
still eating my other gummy. I like the way this feels, man. Feels good.
A banger.
Them John.
These things are hard right here.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, here.
Man, these are like the gummy lifesavers.
These, yes. I was gonna say, I think Lifesavers are actually a little bit chewier than this.
This is perfect.
This has a good feel to it. It's a solid gummy flavor. Solid gummy feel. I'll give it that. You gotta eat Florida shot. Oh, so Brandon's a fan. Easily, the kiwi gummy fruit is the best one so far, for sure. And then I'm going with the Kitkats, and then I'm going with the Haribo. The Haribos were too hard, bro.
Wow, that's really good.
I'm giving that. I'll give that a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's not sour gummy Lifesavers, so I can't say that it's the best.
How fast do you open a gummy package?
You just go. Brandon's also probably one of
videos of people with the trading cards. And they rip open the box, but they're like, yeah, that's how I am with the gummies. It's like,
bro. Brandon's the first person I ever saw like with the Welch's fruit snacks, like the regular packs, where I was like, I would open them and then eat one at a time. Brandon was the first person I ever saw open it up, pour the entire pack into his mouth, and crush it. I'm like, Brandon,
that's how you got.
Do you want to enjoy these or no?
I do enjoy.
All right, don't look, because I know what you're avoiding. I knew you would avoid it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
we gotta do it.
Yes,
we gotta do it. Man.
I really don't.
I have no idea what this is.
I don't want to eat these, bro.
It's So for people that don't know,
it's a prawn.
It's in Korean, and there's a prawn on the cover, and we don't actually know what these are.
It's a
They
prawn.
look like French fries.
Yeah, it's like a prawn chip. It's like a fish chip.
I'll definitely try that. Be the first to try that. I don't know what that's hitting for though. That's
this
a heavy number.
This is also legit. I will say, to our credit, I want to make sure we were getting shit that we could not really get anywhere else.
Yeah, this is.
There is not a lick of English on this. On the back, it shows fish or prawns being captured. They are then mixed with something that looks like wheat and cocaine, and then boiled in water.
Yeah.
And is then presented next to something that looks like a beer.
They get graphic with this thing, man. I'm telling you. It smells bad. Well, I don't even want to smell it. Just give me one.
Smell it. No, you gotta smell it.
Give me one.
You got... All right, fine. Here, hold on.
Let's get it, man. We going for this thing, man.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God.
I thought I was going to be the first.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
It kind of tastes like
It's... One more. No.
Nah, I'm good on that one. That's terrible. This is like bad breath in a bag. Oh my god.
Yes, it does.
Yo, you talking about bad breath in a bag. Yo, if you're going on a date with somebody, do not eat these before. Oh my goodness. These taste like what they look like. These ones are so trash.
Holy shit.
I mean, I knew it was gonna be trash when they got all of this. They literally have the prawns being caught.
It's an air puff.
Ew.
It's an air puff. You eat it, it tastes like nothing, and then when you breathe out, all you smell is just raw fish.
That was bad.
That's fucking gross.
I'm gonna go back to my Kiwi.
If people eat these, this 0 out of 5. This is trash.
If look, for all the ladies out there, if you ever see your man eating these, he does not love you.
He does not love you, and he does not want to be kissed.
No.
Now,
terrible.
Back to the Yan Yans, baby.
Okay.
You already know what I'm talking about right now.
I've never had these before.
Strawberry cream Yan Yan. It's made by Meiji, which is... they make like chocolates and snacks and shit like that. Now, I'm not going to lie. The reason I picked up one of these is because the little Asian girl in front of me in her basket had literally 10 of these.
Oh, yeah?
So she's a fan. Yeah. So we're going to give it a shot. It's pink. I went with a strawberry cream. I felt like going with like a chocolate or a vanilla is just too easy. Ooh. I think this is like a Danimals type thing. Oh, so upon opening it,
dipsticks.
It smells... Oh my god. Those prawns made me want to puke, bro.
Yo, that
was disgusting. You're eating the whole bag of this. By the way, these are Japanese, so they're not Korean.
I'm true to this. Not new to this.
Okay, so...
Dipsticks, man.
Yan Yan.
Glorified dipstick.
It's a glorified dipstick. I'm going to say that this is Danimals.
Yay,
but not Danimals.
Neighbor.
So it's split, if anyone wants to see. So you dip it in. Oh, does it say stuff on it? Mine says...
It's about the dip.
Mine says frog ribbit.
Yo, let me show you this. Ready? It's about the dip, tilt, turn.
So you can get a nice spread.
Dip, tilt, turn.
Okay. I hope you like that frosting in there, bro. It's shallow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very shallow. Okay. A dip, twist, turn.
Let's get it. It's alright. It's good. It's sweet. It's like a little treat.
It's like
a little kid snack. I'm not a huge fan.
It says fun. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean,
I would definitely pass on this.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is too sweet. Now I see why a 10-year-old girl in front of me was eating this.
I'm not rushing to take that up at the store.
Yeah, I'm definitely not stressed on that.
Yeah, this is yeah.
That's all right.
It's cool. You've seen it before, man. Y'all used to have Lunchables.
Yeah, if you've ever had like a Danimal or a Lunchable or some shit like that, that's it.
Ooh,
these I'm excited for.
I'm most excited.
This is the big boy.
These are like the apple macaroons.
Grand shell apple. Let me get that right up there for you.
Grand shell apple.
So
bang.
To be fair, like this is also it's like upside down on the back.
Yeah, it's like funky.
Go ahead, crack that bitch open. I think from first look, it looks like they're like cookie biscuits. There's definitely just a bunch of people aroused right now by listening to you. Hold on, let me see the packaging. Oh, you pull them out in slits? What? What is going on? We gotta get you a second ASMR channel. Okay, I will give you this. I'm saying 10 out of 10 on the packaging.
Yeah, and it feels soft.
It is soft.
I like anything with filling in it.
And to be fair, it says making your life taste better. So there's 2 of these in the package. All right, let's see this.
Now how do you? Okay, so you.
I do that. I'm not a big like down the middle John thing. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. No. If it's giving you fight like that, then like you gotta, then I'll open it down the side and then down the middle. Bang.
Yo.
So it smells like apple, that's for sure.
All right.
So it says apple cookies, premium cookies, each one individually wrapped. I love the packaging.
Open now.
Brandon, are you good over there, bro? Like what's going on right now?
These are like easier to open. There we go. Okay. Now
All right. Now hold on. Let me do this. I'm gonna split it.
So you get that. Oh, they're so soft. Oh,
they
my
are.
God, they're so soft.
They are very soft. All right, here we go.
This is gonna be my favorite. A little underwhelming. It depends on what flavor you get too.
They're not as good Fig Newtons.
Yeah.
You know?
But I do love the textures of it.
The cookie is nice.
Cookie is really nice. Flavor.
Once again, I think it's got the aromatics of apple, but not actually more than that.
It's like a 3. Like, it's cool.
Rank them. Obviously,
All right.
Worst. These prawn shits, get that
Prawn
out of here.
chips are terrible.
Absolutely trash. I give those to the cats.
I would say
Those are definitely second worst.
Yeah. These are
Which sucks
second.
because this is definitely like the most pretty thing that we bought.
Yeah, and it feels good, but it's just not it with the flavor.
No, you know what? We fucked up. That shit is definitely second worst.
Yeah, this is second worst. This is
Third worst.
Then we have the Haribo, which to me, I'm biased, but if being objective, I would say this is the third best. Then I would go to Kitkat bar.
Kit Kats.
Then obviously the
And
Kiwi fruit gummies is
so if you
crazy.
see these Kiwi fruit gummies, Fruitia, Kiwi fruit gummy, fruity and soft, product of Japan.
Yes, sir.
And Brandon has easily eaten more than half in the last 3 minutes of us doing this.
And that's how I go.
Is the only way to go.
That's why they make it. But yeah, bro.
The last thing I want to talk about
Let's do it.
before we go is that if you are interested in sports gambling or sports betting, please reach out to Brandon prior to making any bets.
Talk to him.
I want everyone to know I have never sports bet a day in my life on any platform. I don't gamble. I'm not good at it. I'm bad at all of it. Brandon's birthday was last week. Happy belated birthday to Brandon. Yay. We're sitting down. We're watching the Super Bowl with Shane and Sarah. And
Shout
I'm
out.
like, you know what, bro? I'm putting $50 in my FanDuel account right now. Let's make this interesting. Let's go. So I turned to Brandon. I'm like, Brandon, you're the birthday boy.
Yep.
Who am I betting on? Like, who's scoring first? Because the Bucks got the ball. He said Gronk. I said, all right, bet Gronk. So I put like $10 on Gronk. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm going to do Gronk and he's going to be first, I might as well double my money by saying it'll be Gronk and he'll be the first to score.
Yep.
Obviously, Gronk is the first one to
what
score.
happened,
Bro,
baby.
boom!
It was going crazy.
I hit that. I win like $110, like off rip. I'm like, so now I'm sitting between Brandon and Adriana.
Yep.
If no one knows how that goes, think of two of the most polar opposite influences that you can possibly sit
Adriana's
next to.
like, all right, we got $110. Let's save it. Da-da-da. I'm like, nah, we lit.
Brandon's
We
like,
lit.
you got $110.
Yo, we gotta
Don't
go
be a
for
bitch.
It. We're playing
Put
with house
$110
money.
down.
We've already made.
So I fell down in the middle. So then I'm like, all right. So I'm like, all right. If he went to Gronk before, Brady wants to be comfortable. If they get in the red zone again, Gronk's going to score again. So I just put the bet on Gronk to score 2 touchdowns at all.
Bang.
Just let him score again. Bang. He's the next touchdown.
Again.
I win another like $70. I'm like,
Then what I say after that?
and then so now I'm up like, I think I was up a little bit under $200 on the 50 that I started with.
Come on, man.
And then Brandon was like, yo, Fournette's going to run it in. I was like, bro.
Yes, sir.
Fournette was literally, I think at that time, he was like right in the middle, but it was like plus 1,500. Like, it was not good odds
like,
that he was
bro,
going to do it.
trust me.
He was
Fournette's
like,
about to
trust me,
run
bro.
this in.
Fournette goes the fuck off.
He got the 20, 30-yard touchdown
Bro,
run.
he got a
And
20,
that's-
30-yard touchdown run. Ask anyone there, literally, I am jumping up and down on the couch, grabbing Brandon, like, let's go!
Amen.
That was another $100 right there. And Brandon's sitting there, like, acting cool, but I know in his mind, he's like, damn, bro, I should have put some fucking money on that.
Yo, I was calling everything.
So then, but then after Fournette, I think there was one more. I forget what the last one was. Oh, did I bet on AB?
I don't know.
No,
but I told you.
To
AB
be fair,
was gonna
you
score,
did
though.
say that.
I was
did
like,
say
AB gonna score.
He said put money on AB to score. Man. Period. And I was like, bro. I mean, okay. I just don't really see. He wasn't even in the game that much. I was like, how can I say he's gonna do it? Brandon's like, all right.
Everybody that I said was gonna score scored. For
literally.
For the Bucks.
And this is the crazy part. I lost no bets. All the other 3 voided. Because I started to stack them and say, like, okay, then I'm just going to say this personal score, this personal score, this personal score. But everyone knows watching that Super Bowl, the end was balls. Yeah. There was no touchdowns. Yeah. So they were all voided.
Yeah.
I didn't even lose money.
Come on, man. That's what we here for.
At the end, I started with 50. I left with like 270.
I'm a betting expert, man. You know, I just,
so
I felt the game. I felt the
yes,
flow.
Sir.
I mean, we did a little preview. I think I said what everybody said. Offensive line for the Chiefs was nothing really. So
my biggest mistake was not putting money at all on the Bucks.
Yeah. It's all good, though.
I was saying it would be the Bucks off rip. I was like, who would I put my money on? Brady. Who do I want to win? The Chiefs.
Yeah, but it's not how it works, man. But again, like, you know, we're sports betting. You know,
we're a sports betting agency.
We do consulting and sports betting. So if y'all ever need
no
picks,
guarantees,
especially for the NBA, like if you want to do that, that's easy. We could do parlays, over and unders. We could do whatever y'all need to do.
And if you want to invest, we got that too. Just throw your money at Bitcoin. Just
throw your money at us. Give us some Bitcoin. Give us all your Bitcoin.
Give us all your Bitcoin.
We don't want cash. We want all of what you have in Bitcoin.
I'll take a sponsorship in Bitcoin.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everybody would. For sure.
All right, bro. Another great episode.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching, listening. Yep. Subscribe, like, comment.
Like Ms. Donna said, subscribe. If y'all don't subscribe after that phone call, then y'all.
If you're not going to listen to my mom, who are you going to listen to, man?
You're just not good people. Like, that's like literally the sweetest voice on the planet.
Right. Please subscribe. And we will be ripping that audio and using it consistently. So here we go.
All right, y'all.
Until next time. Stop snitching. Bye.
Ooh, I like that. Stop snitching, John.
I gotta end it like that.
Cool.
Stop snitching.